Hello and welcome to France 24's weekly music show. And we start off with Alicia Keys, who will this week be releasing her seventh studio album. It's eponymous, it's called Alicia. And while she was writing it, she also wrote her memoirs, which are called More Myself, and will be published this autumn by a certain Oprah Winfrey. If that isn't cool, I don't know what is. According to the singer-songwriter, writing an autobiography with an album was like the best therapy ever. And how about we just check out one of the tracks from her album? It's called Underdog and counts amongst the songwriters a certain Ed Sheeran. Yep, him again. He's always there, and you can tell.
So I sing a song for the hustlers trading at the bus stop, single mothers waiting on a check to come, young teachers, student doctors, sons on the front line knowing they don't get to run. This goes up to the underdog. Keep on keeping at what you love, and you'll find that someday, soon enough, you will rise up, yeah.
Now, someone else who released a memoir recently is Moby, but it was this time last year. Yes, remember his questionable account of his relationship with a then 18-year-old Natalie Portman, something she, on her side, described as having to hang out with a creepy older dude. Well, anyway, he's apologized since, and we won't digress further, but he is releasing a new album this week, and it's called All Visible Objects. And if you like your early 90s dance music, you're going to love this one. Get ready to rave. All the profits made from the albums will be going to the album sales will be going to human rights and animal rights organizations. So how about we just check out one of the songs? Let's go. And finally, you've probably been enjoying some lovely interactions with your favorite artists, be it through live performances online or social media diaries. One band who's been indulging in such confinement fun is the band Sparks, the avant-garde pop synth duo of brothers Ron and Russell. They're from LA. They've been going around for a while, and they're releasing their 24th studio album this week. It's called Steady Drip Drip Drip. If you like quirky lyrics and sort of the music that makes you want to jump around like you're in a musical, then it's perfect for you.
It's one for the ages. It's one for the ages.
Now, if you like sun-drenched music filled with urban yet beachy vibes, there's also a lot of chill and euphoria in the mix. Well, Kid Francescoli is just what you need as summer fast approaches. He first tasted success thanks to all the live shows he did in the 2009 era. But since then, he's gone on to produce 5 albums and had a hit with a song called Moon, which has had over 11 million views on YouTube and created quite a buzz on social media. France 24 caught up with the artist, who's conquered fans from Beijing to LA.
Feed my soul with poison and lies. Breaking me like this, poison on your lips, stealing all my tears until I can't breathe. Don't know how I feel. You won't let me live. You know all my fears, and you're haunting me.
Kid Francescoli, thank you so much for joining us on the Encore show this week.
Thanks for having me.
So at the minute, France has just been through 8 weeks of confinement because of the COVID epidemic. You're a French artist based in Marseille. What's the atmosphere been like in the southern city?
It's strange because yeah, on some side, some parts, you know that there is a pandemic and that the world is going bad, and on the other side you have like the sun and the sky and the feeling of being almost in holidays or on vacation in your own city. So it's a mixed feeling about being in the south, and it took a while for everybody to get really the gravity of the situation.
2020 was an amazing year at the start for you because you released your 6th studio album, Lovers. And since then, pandemic, world epidemic, and the music industry, amongst others, has been hit really heavily by it between the tours and, album releases. How have you yourself felt about it? How have you kept yourself occupied?
At first, it was a big disappointment and frustrating because we were supposed to start a world tour of, almost like we had like 50 gigs all around, from France to Germany and England and US, and but everything had to be stopped suddenly. So it was very frustrating.
A lot of people I know have felt that there's a bit of pressure with confinement to be productive and creative, and this is the time to do all this stuff. But how have you felt it? Have you felt it's been a creativity booster or a hindrance?
There was a feeling of I don't know what's the purpose of all this, of making music if the world if the mankind is going to end. I mean, that's what I felt at first place. But now the creativity is back because sometimes you have to force it.
And it went like.
I think now more than ever, people have turned to social media to entertain themselves and entertain others. You're no stranger to creating a bit of a buzz on social media. On TikTok, your track Moon has been super successful. It's gone viral. It's been used by superstars like The Rock.
You got this, Kevin.
And it went like.
You're one with the animal.
J-Lo and rapper Lizzo. When did you first start noticing that this was kind of building into something?
I received a message by a fan on Instagram. I think it was 5 months ago. Suddenly, I received this message telling me your song. Did you know that your song Moon went viral on TikTok? So I went and check it, and it was unbelievable. Because there was so much of these videos and so much crazy things, and people doing telling their lives using the music. It's a strange feeling, but I mean the reflex was to feel lucky because it's unbelievable to have your song played by thousands and thousands of people.
Let's go back to your latest album because it's been out for like a few months now, Lovers. And for this album, you called upon a number of female voices instead of just one, and you also had songs in Portuguese. What was the dynamic when you went into creating this record?
The dynamic was to keep an open mind and being open to collaboration, and we had all of this mix of female voices, and then there is different moods and sonority through the album, and it adds all of this to the whole project.
Your music's been described as French Riviera touch, which is seems like the rightful successor of the 90s French touch movement. What makes your music so specifically French? Because a lot of the songs are in English, obviously.
It's French, obviously, because of the influences and especially the influences of the big stars of the French touch. Probably Air is the band that has influenced me the most when I start making music, because I was listening to their records and I wanted to do exactly the same. And Daft Punk and Sébastien Tellier and Phoenix. And Riviera, because I mean it's a very nice way to describe my music. I mean because it's exactly what I have in mind. If I could make a mix of the French touch of the French touch of the 90s and put a little bit of Marseille in it, because the French touch is very Parisian, and Marseille it's more the sea, the sun. I don't know if it's, maybe it sounds dumb to say it, but to put like the sun in your music or the sea in your music, it's not something that you can really describe. But if it's the balance between these two influences, and I think it's my path.
Kid Francescoli, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to Encore this week.
Thanks a lot for having me.